Welcome back. It's been a while, but today we're diving into a full breakdown of Jurassic World, Rebirth. Fair warning, spoilers ahead. So buckle up, grab your snacks, and let's get into it. The movie kicks off 17 years in the past, deep inside a mysterious research facility hidden in the forest. Here, scientists are secretly experimenting on dinosaurs, bringing back species that have been extinct for millions of years. We follow one particular scientist as he enters a secured chamber, absent-mindedly dropping a Snickers wrapper on his way in. Inside, his colleagues are already waiting. The chamber seals shut and transports them to the restricted research zone. But that small wrapper gets jammed in the gate mechanism, causing a critical malfunction. The system tries to reboot, but instead, it accidentally leaves one of the dinosaurs loose. Immediately, the facility goes into lockdown. Chaos erupts as the workers realize the security system is trapping them inside, effectively handing them over to the escaped predator. Everyone scrambles for their lives, but tragically, the scientist whose carelessness started it all gets stuck. While the others manage to escape, he becomes the dinosaur's first victim, torn apart in a chilling reminder of how one small mistake can unleash disaster. Fast forward to the present day, it's been 32 years since the dinosaurs first reappeared. But with the world now battling modern diseases, people have shifted their focus. The dinosaurs' return has almost been forgotten, even though they continue to thrive, especially in the tropical belt along the equator. Because of this, human travel to those regions is strictly forbidden. The camera introduces us to Martin, a man on his way to work when he spots a dinosaur roaming freely through the city. Luckily, it's a herbivore, harmless to people, but still causing chaos and disruption as it stomps around the streets. Martin soon approaches Zora, also known as Miss Bennett, and tries to recruit her for a dangerous mission to the equator, promising her a massive payout if she agrees. To convince her further, Martin takes her to a dinosaur museum, where they meet Dr. Loomis, a brilliant but mysterious scientist who will be leading the expedition. The mission? To extract DNA from 3 legendary dinosaurs. Mosasaurus, ruler of the ocean. Titanosaurus, a towering giant on land. Quetzalcoatlus, the massive flying predator of the skies. The goal is ambitious, to use their genetic material for groundbreaking heart research and create revolutionary medicine. Along the way, the team assembles more members, including Duncan, Bobby, and several others. Soon, they set off by boat toward the forbidden equatorial zone. During their journey, we learn why the dinosaurs thrive there. The climate near the equator mirrors Earth's environment from over 60 million years ago, the perfect conditions for these prehistoric beasts to rule once again. Next, we're introduced to Reuben and his 2 daughters, the youngest, Isabella, and the older Teresa, who's traveling with her boyfriend Xavier. The family is making a dangerous sea crossing on a small boat when disaster strikes. A Mosasaurus attacks from below. The massive sea predator nearly destroys them, but by some miracle, they manage to survive the assault. Using their radio, Reuben and his family send out a distress call, which is picked up by our main expedition team. At first, the team debates whether rescuing them is worth the risk, but eventually, they agree. Soon, we learn that Reuben's family had been attempting a crossing all the way from Barbados to Cape Town. When they discover the true purpose of Martin's mission, the family begs to be let go. But Martin reassures them, convincing them that a safe house awaits on the island, and that following the team is their only shot at survival. Their fears are put to the test when another Mosasaurus suddenly appears in the water. This, however, presents the perfect chance for the team. They successfully extract its DNA, securing the first piece of their mission. But the ocean has more horrors in store. Before long, they're ambushed by not one but 2 prehistoric titans, a Spinosaurus and another Mosasaurus, working together in a terrifying display of nature's power. Against all odds, the group manages to survive the encounter and make it to the island. Tragically, not everyone makes it. During the chaos, Bobby is devoured by one of the dinosaurs, marking the team's first devastating loss. Upon arriving at the island, tragedy strikes almost immediately. One of the crew members, Nina, is brutally killed by a Spinosaurus. The rest of the team is shaken, but with no choice, they push forward in search of the Titanosaurus. Meanwhile, you might be wondering what happened to Reuben and his family. They split off from the group, venturing deeper into the forest in search of the supposed village that Martin had promised them. Back with the main team, Martin stumbles upon the wreckage of an old crashed plane. Inside, he discovers a decomposed body clutching a gun. Without hesitation, he takes the weapon and rejoins the group. Soon after, the team finally encounters the Titanosaurus. Fortunately, this towering giant is a herbivore, making it far less threatening than the predators they've faced so far. The crew successfully extracts its DNA, completing the second stage of their mission. Now, only one target remains: the mighty Quetzalcoatlus, the king of the skies. To reach it, they'll need to climb to the highest peaks of the forest, where this massive flying reptile makes its nest. Meanwhile, Reuben and his family continue to struggle through the jungle. While navigating a steep slope, they fall and stumble upon scattered supplies, boots, gear, and even an inflatable boat. The only problem? It's on the far side of a dangerous river. With Reuben badly injured, his daughter Teresa bravely takes it upon herself to cross. But danger lurks in the water. A massive dinosaur rests nearby, and she knows that even the slightest sound could give her away. Step by step, she creeps closer until she finally reaches the inflatable boat. Just as she's about to secure it, the dinosaur awakens. In an instant, chaos erupts. Teresa and her family barely escape with their lives, managing to flee from the monstrous beast by the skin of their teeth. With only one target left, the team comes up with a risky but clever plan. Instead of trying to capture the massive Quetzalcoatlus directly, they decide to steal a sample from its eggs, far easier than chasing the giant predator through the skies. They carefully climb to the nest, manage to collect the DNA sample, but just as they think the mission is complete, the Quetzalcoatlus itself returns. Furious at the intrusion, the colossal flyer launches a devastating attack. In the chaos, one of the team members, the Frenchman, is snatched and eaten alive. Somehow, the rest of the crew narrowly escapes yet again, but the danger is far from over. Now, with all 3 DNA samples secured, the survivors head toward the old research lab, where they plan to hold out until the rescue helicopter arrives. Meanwhile, Reuben and his family finally reach what they thought was a village, only to realize it's nothing more than the same abandoned laboratory. The promise of a safe haven was a lie. Back at the lab, tension rises. Zora notices footprints near the area and begins shouting, convinced that Reuben and his family are nearby. Martin quickly tries to dismiss her suspicions, insisting they're just animal tracks and urging her to focus on the mission. But Zora doesn't give up. Following the trail, she eventually discovers Reuben's family alive. The reunion is short-lived. Teresa explodes with anger the moment she sees Martin. The truth comes out. Back during the Spinosaurus attack at sea, Teresa had tried to call for help, but Martin pushed her overboard, nearly killing her. The air grows tense. Martin suddenly steps forward, gun in hand, demanding everyone stay calm and wait for the helicopter. But now, the cracks in the team are clear, and trust has completely shattered. As night falls, the old lab suddenly powers back on. Lights flicker, generators roar to life, and eerie music starts blasting through the speakers. The noise attracts unwanted attention, and chaos erupts as dinosaurs swarm the area. The survivors scatter in different directions, desperately searching for safety. Reuben and his family rush into a storage room, while Zora is left outside. She dives under a car for cover, only to discover that Martin is already hiding there. Meanwhile, Reuben and his family manage to crawl into an old drainage pipe, hoping it will lead them out. At the same time, Dr. Loomis and Duncan push deeper into the abandoned research wing, stumbling upon the very place where the dinosaur mutations first began. Suddenly, they spot the rescue helicopter approaching. Loomis runs out into the open, frantically waving to draw its attention, while Duncan races back to gather the rest of the team. But then, tragedy. As the helicopter descends to pick Loomis up, a massive dinosaur ambushes, leaping up and dragging the entire chopper down. the crew is devoured in seconds. The promise of escape is gone in an instant. With no other choice, Duncan and Loomis regroup with Ruben's family inside the drainage system. There, they make a chilling discovery. The tunnels lead directly to the ocean, where a small escape boat waits. But the dinosaurs aren't far behind. In the frantic chase that follows, the group reaches a locked gate blocking the way out. In a moment of bravery, Isabella squeezes through a narrow crack to unlock it from the other side, saving everyone. But as the gate opens, a colossal dinosaur steps into view, blocking their escape. Just when all hope seems lost, Martin suddenly roars in with a stolen car. He distracts the beast long enough for the others to slip past. But his redemption is short-lived. The dinosaur seizes him and tears him apart. His greed and betrayal finally catch up with him. Seizing the moment, the group rushes to the boat. Duncan nearly sacrifices himself in the struggle, but together, they manage to fight through and set sail, leaving the cursed island behind. At last, they are safe. And more importantly, they carry with them the priceless DNA samples, which hold the potential to revolutionize medicine and change the future of humanity forever. And that, my friends, was Jurassic World: Rebirth. What did you think of the story? Could this DNA really save humanity, or is mankind just repeating the same mistakes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to tell me which movie you'd like me to cover next.